heard it explained. So all I can do is give you my take on it. If we can make a nautical metaphor, because we're on an island, and picture this marriage as a beautiful sailing ship. And today we've got co-captains here, boarding the vessel of marriage, heading out to the sea of love. Captain Thom and Captain Ann are heading out into that great sea. Good times, bad times, sickness, health is a forecast for bad storms at sea. No. When it gets rough, I can't separate you because of love. What's going to hold you together in that storm? Love. We agree. Yeah. Love is going to hold you together. Good answer. But I don't think it's the right answer.
Okay.
That's my take, and let me explain. If love is going to hold you together, why is it the vast majority of couples separate when we know it's love that makes them inseparable? Storms will eventually come to a point where we don't feel love. It's the ultimate test, which is why we're making such a big deal about the ceremony today. Love will be tested so extreme, most people fail it. But if we can accept by logic that people, they separate, they're not feeling love. If they were feeling love, they'd be inseparable. And the rings, can I see the rings, Thom? So these, wow. So we have
11.
two very beautiful rings.
Yeah, 11.
And you're going to look great wearing them. But they serve a much higher purpose. These rings are to forever remind you of a commitment that you've made today. A commitment that no matter what, even if we don't feel love, we're never going to separate because we know it's just a test. Now, if that sounded negative, look at the silver lining, because we're using a nautical metaphor. So here's a nautical fact, or a nautical saying, and that is that smooth seas do not make seasoned sailors. Fair weather lovers are a dime a dozen, but only the lovers that are locked in for the greatest of storms, to where they even lose the feeling of love, they're the ones that taste. Because it's normal to not feel love, which is what they're talking about, good times, bad times, sickness, health. They just never came out and said it. And that's why we make such a big deal. If the commitment is so easy, why is it all said in the presence? Look who we invited here. All of your loved ones, right? All the Hawaiian ancestors. God in his infinite forms to make this commitment and beg for their blessings to give you the strength to keep this commitment that you're making today. All dressed up. Why are we making such a big deal if it's going to be a piece of cake? So there's a beauty in the fact that it will be challenged, because love is the one thing in life that can get better and better and sweeter and more delicious. You can't say that about anything else in life. But we've got to be willing to prove our sincerity, which is why every religious tradition comes together in God's presence, however they perceive God, and make this commitment, because it's going to be challenging.
It's also to celebrate all the challenges that we've had to get here.
Yes, I think
To me,
when you sail on the vast ocean of love, storms are part of what an ocean brings to you, but otherwise you would forego the vast ocean of love. If you dive into that ocean and begin to navigate it for what it is, you have to honor the storms come, and after storms is a time of calm and
Definitely, and a time where we're a more seasoned sailor.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, as a mariner of the sea who does a lot of sailing, there's certain things we practice over and over and over and over again, foremost of which is man overboard. Someone falls overboard. You're just under power. You have to manipulate that boat and sail it back to that exact spot and bring it to a dead stop to pick that person up. It's so easy to lose them. So many men are lost overboard. But those that have practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced, who can practically do it in their sleep, do it in the dark, they can go right back to where man went overboard. They're the ones that are always saved. So these rings are there to always remind you in your heart, never going to separate, never going to separate, never going to separate. We have to prepare for that. So every time you see a ring, how many times a day are you going to see them? Hundreds, perhaps thousands. But they're always there to remind you. Let me share something. We were blessed recently with the honor of renewing vows for a couple that had been married for 70 years. And when I met them, I felt totally unqualified to speak at their renewal. They were so rich and replete and full of love for one another. And it was obvious they knew more about love than I may ever know. I asked them at the end of the ceremony to share with me their secret. How do they make it? How do they avoid all those storms at sea? What were their navigational techniques? You guys got the Holy Grail. I need it myself. And to share it with our couples.
I'm blessed that Norman and Ivona will be sharing 60 years together.
Oh my God.
In January, so I've got a beautiful example of my parents.
Oh, so you got some good footsteps to follow. Wow, 60.
I think that's why it's taken so long to get this step.
And we're going to do what we can to hit 50. With our age, that's going to be pretty old. Maybe 60, but at one time, your body's expired.
Yeah, but the soul doesn't.
No.
So this can go on infinitely beyond here. But the answer from the couple was that they said we encountered many storms. Storms that were so violent and quite frankly dark, we don't even want to look back. They said there's one thing we can attribute success of our love and marriage, and that is we always took our vows very seriously. They said that's why we're standing here 70 years later, renewing our vows. I want to make one final point, which is tying in with something very beautiful, which you gave me to read. Jesus Christ and every enlightened teacher taught us a very important principle that this truly embodies, and that is, don't look for your treasure in this world. You'll never find it. Treasure is in the kingdom of God, which exists in our heart. And all the treasures of the world will never satisfy the soul. The only thing that satisfies the soul is love. And this embodies. I don't ask for a luxurious life, the world's gold or its fine pearls. I ask for a happy heart, an honest heart, a pure heart full of goodness, fairness, than a pretty lily. None but a pure heart can sing in the day and sing in the night. If I wished for worldly wealth, it would swiftly go to seed. The riches of a virtuous, pure heart will bear eternal profit. So with the rising and setting of every sun, the question isn't, what have we gained in this world? The question is how much more have we purified our hearts? And how much more have we journeyed together? In a great transcendental voyage into the spirituality of divine love in our hearts. Mike, would you sing a song for us?
night and you and blue Hawaii. The night is heavenly and you are heaven to me. Lovely you and blue Hawaii. With all this loveliness, there should be love. Welcome with me while the moon is on the sea. The night is young, and so are we, so are we. Dreams come true in blue Hawaii, and mine will all come true this magic night of nights with you. Well, come with me while the moon is on the sea. The night is young, and so are we, so are we. Dreams come true in blue Hawaii, and mine will all come true this magic night of night with you.
Now we're going to sing together some beautiful names of God, Hare, Krishna, and Rama, which have been sung eternally, sung in the spiritual world forever. Names of God that, like any name of God, purify our hearts. So as we sing the Maha Mantra together, Hare is a means of addressing God's energies. Krishna, which means the beautiful, all-attractive cowherd boy of the spiritual world. And Rama, the reservoir of all pleasure. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. take your bouquet. Thom and Ann, as you make your sacred vows to each other, we want you to open your hearts wide open and speak from your heart's innermost chambers as you repeat after me, beginning with Thom. I, Thom.
I, Thom.
Take you, Ann.
Take you, Ann.
As my wedded wife.
As my wedded wife.
I promise to always love you.
I promise to always love you.
To remain faithful to you.
To remain faithful to you.
And I promise to embrace.
And I promise to embrace.
Every opportunity.
Every opportunity.
That life presents.
That life presents.
To strengthen.
To strengthen.
And expand.
And expand.
My love.
My love.
And as you put Ann's ring upon her finger, Thom, we'd like you to say this wedding ring.
With this wedding ring.
I pledge.
I pledge.
My unconditional commitment.
My unconditional commitment.
To you.
To you.
Again, joining hands. I, Ann.
I am.
Take you, Thom.
Take you, Thom.
As my wedded husband.
As my wedded husband.
I promise to always love you.
I promise to always love you.
To remain faithful to you.
To remain faithful to you.
And I promise to embrace.
And I promise to embrace.
Every opportunity.
Every opportunity.
That life presents.
That life presents.
To strengthen.
To strengthen.
And expand.
And expand.
My love.
My love.
And honey, would you also please say this wedding ring.
This wedding ring.
Symbolizes.
Symbolizes.
My unconditional commitment.
My unconditional commitment.
To you.
To you.
Very nice. Here's your flowers, sweetheart. So at this time, Thom and Ann, is our great pleasure and honor first with the authority vested in us by the state of Hawaii. Secondly, with the blessings of all of your family and friends and well-wishers, and most importantly, our dear, most loving Lord. We now pronounce you as husband and wife. Thom, please kiss your beautiful bride. Aloha.
Because I clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news talking this and that. Give me all you got and don't hold it back. I should probably warn you I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I clap along